All right, man. Reverb twang here. Take two. I just spilled my coffee, man. As soon as I turned the camera on, I had to like clean it up. All right, greetings, everybody. So for lockdown, I decided to fiddle while Rome burns, and so I've been carrying the guitar around for 50 years. Coming this June, it'll be 50 years I've been carrying a guitar everywhere. My guitar cases have straps on them because my hands are so bad, and I've had 7 surgeries from practicing. And then I wrote music without an instrument for 2 years because my Pro Tools was down. Or I mean, because I had a Pro Tools recording program, and I was writing classical music at a desk with no instrument. And then after 50 years of playing, 7 surgeries in both hands, and 50 years of playing guitar, classical music, I decided to play the violin. I've got tons of violin music, nothing easy. I think the easiest thing I have is Vivaldi, Four Seasons, and so I had to order the Suzuki Book 3. It had like 4 Bach pieces, but I got a 4-part method to learning an instrument. This is what I did for 7 months, okay? Part 1, scales and arpeggios. You know, you just... all your scales and arpeggios every day. That's part 1. Part 2, read everything, man. You might be reading slow. Read everything you possibly can. Because my goal was to be able to play what I heard in my head, be able to read any piece of music, and play along with anything. Like I can on guitar. That's my goal. And so step two, read everything. No tab. No tab. Tab is for losers. You're not going to learn anything with tab. Yeah. Step 3, play along with stuff. Get you some YouTube playlists and play along with stuff. Then you'll be able to use those skills. You know, reading music, you'll use the skills too, but you'll be able to use those skills improvising. You know, just put on something, you know, 80s music mix, just something that's that you could hum along in your head. You know, anything that you can just whistle along in your head and play along with. One day it might be Hank Williams' set list. One day it might be Beatles. One day it might be, you know, 80s metal. You know, I love to play Iron Maiden, like Hallowed Be Thy Name and some of that stuff. You know, add some of that to it, you know, and just play along with everything. That's step 3. Step 4, some of those YouTube videos have chords and lyrics, like play-alongs. There's a lot of play-alongs, you know, like, you know, you just like... you know, and you just play along with the play-alongs, and that goes to part 4, because that kind of mixes. Part 4 is the lyric and chord books. You know, like whenever I play gigs, I play like a jazz man. I've got a big repertoire when I play shows like at coffee shops, so I never have to play the same songs in the same way. And what I got is like the chords and the lyrics. And it could always be different, man. It could always be different. Every night's different. It's always different. I never play the same thing twice. You know, like here's an example. Okay, you got chords and lyrics. Just chords and lyrics, man. This is how I play gigs, and a lot of people don't like to see that music stand sitting in front of me, but I don't give a shit because, you know, my repertoire is so big, and I'm not memorizing a set list and playing it. You know, I'm playing, man. I'm not memorizing some shit and spitting it out like a parrot. I'm playing the music. And that's what you want to do with the books, man. Yeah, and you could even put on the CD too, or the YouTube video or whatever, and play along with it too while you're looking at the chords. But you know, those books will help you change chords. If you get to a chord you don't know, learn it. That's a new chord. You can start out with Hank Williams, move into, and then later, once you learn your chords more, you move into the Beatles, because there's a little bit more chords, some minor 7s and stuff in there. And then you move into your Pat Metheny book, your E-Real book. The whole time, though, you're doing step 2, which is reading everything. You know, you're like, one day it'll be the Brandenburg Concertos. I mean, you open up the Brandenburg Concertos for step 2, and you just read and read and read and read. That's step 2. Step 3, play along with stuff. Step 4, reading chords and lyrics. So you're reading real book, you're reading fake book, you're learning to improvise, and you're getting your dexterity workout through your exercises and skills. And I would add a step 5 after a few months of practice. Because one day, after 7 months of practice, I picked up my violin and just started playing around. And I realized that I could play already because I knew the key. If I could pick a key, you know. It's kind of squeaky. That's not even really a real violin. I mean, it's a Doug Kershaw violin, but I think it's a cheapie that he signed. And I've got this one. It's a little bit better. But it's an electric. And I tried to put an electric guitar pickup in it, and it didn't work. I wrapped the strings around the ground. I couldn't get it to work. So yeah, after 7 months, I picked up the violin. I just realized that I can play around on it and kind of do what my goal was. So. You know, I just wanted to share that 4 steps to learning an instrument, and it'll work with any instrument, man. It'll work with any instrument. Scales and arpeggios, all your modes are there, which you could play along with the modes on step 3. You know, put on a play along, any kind of play along video, and play along in any mode in any key. They're all there. Have a nice day, everybody. More videos to come.